Good morning, boys and girls. Shall we begin? Are you seated comfortably? I have come here seeking freedom. I have come here seeking peace. I have come here to go deeper into the truest part of me. And it's here in this place. I can see it on each face. Oh yes, here where we are, I can feel it in my heart. Oh yes, something wonderful is happening here today. Something wonderful is happening here in me. Oh, it's real, yes, it's true. It's my spirit shining through. Oh, yes, something wonderful is happening here today. La da da da, la da 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 da, la la da da da, la da 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 da. I have come here to remember who I truly am inside. And I've come here to release it. I no longer have to hide. Oh yes, here I can let go. I can let my feelings show. Oh yes, here in this place I can show my spirit's face. Oh yes, something wonderful is happening here today. Something wonderful is happening here in me. Oh, it's real, yes, it's true. It's my spirit shining through. Oh yes, something wonderful is happening here today. And the light I once knew, all the things I have been through, now I see, yes, it's clear, every step has led me here. And it's here, in this room, that I'll find my deepest truth. Oh yes, here, I just know that I've found my spirit's home. Oh yes, something wonderful is happening here today. Something wonderful is happening here in me. Oh, it's real, yes, it's true. It's my spirit shining through. Oh yes, something wonderful is happening here today. Oh yes, something wonderful is happening here today. And it's happening here in me. Good morning, everybody. How art thou? How art thou? How art thou? Woo! Oh, man. Welcome to Unity of Calgary, everybody. For those of you at home, please exercise your lawful ability to sing. For those of you here, please remain silent. Sing in your mind. Actually, you could speak the words. You're allowed to speak the words. So mouth the words and just stay on the same pitch. Do not change pitch. We're going to do I release and I let go. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Bob, is the house on? It is? Can you guys hear the speakers out there? Okay, all I hear is this little thing. I need to feel more bass. I don't feel no bass. Is the sub on? It's weird. It doesn't feel like... Yeah, we got to feel more Chad on the bottom end. You have to come to the after show.
Keep it G, keep it G.
It's always more cowbell. That's the answer to everything. Actually, isn't that Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the answer to the universe? It's more cowbell, right? All right, are you ready, Bob? Let's do it. There is beauty down below. There is beauty up above. There is beauty in the past and in what is yet to come. There is beauty in the lows and beauty in the highs. There is beauty in the glow and beauty in the night. There is beauty, beauty, beauty everywhere. There is beauty, beauty, so best you be aware. There is beauty in my tears. There is beauty in my smile. There is beauty in my fears, even when it's in the skies. There is beauty in the truth. There's beauty in the lie. There is beauty in hello, and there's beauty in goodbye. There is beauty, beauty, beauty everywhere. There is beauty, beauty, so best you be aware. There is beauty in the land. There is beauty in the sky. There is beauty all around. And there's beauty deep inside. There is beauty in the calm. There is beauty in the storm. There is beauty when we die. And there's beauty when we're born. There is beauty, beauty, beauty everywhere. There is beauty, beauty, so best to be where there is beauty, beauty, beauty everywhere. There is beauty, beauty, and there's enough for us to share. There's enough for us to share. There's enough for us to share.
All right. Well, good morning, good morning, good morning to you. It's so wonderful to see your beautiful faces here in front of me, and those of you who are joining online, a very big welcome to you too. We're delighted that you are here with us. My name is Susan Cullen, and I'm part of the spiritual leadership team here at Unity of Calgary. And if you haven't been here before or haven't joined us online before, the most important thing you need to know is that wherever you are on your spiritual path, you are always welcome here at Unity of Calgary. So with all that exciting, beautiful music that's got our energy up, I invite us to go with an affirmative prayer. So taking in all that beautiful energy, feeling it running through your body, taking a deep breath in, and connecting to your own heart. That center of wisdom and love within you. I invite you to affirm for yourself. I tune into my heart and I remember the truth of who I am. As I disconnect from the voices and influences all around me, I am able to once again listen and hear the truth and wisdom of my own soul. And as I do this, I come into alignment with my heart, my mind, my body, and my spirit. And I begin to emanate the love and light that I am out into the world. And from this place of connection, I always know what to do next, what to do in this moment. For the truth is, I am love, and so it is. And we have our statement of being, which is why we gather together, whether it's here in person and online. We're all on these individual spiritual journeys in this crazy place called life that we've landed in. And so I invite you to affirm with me together. We are here as love to celebrate the one power, the one presence in our lives, in this community, and in the universe. All right. And our daily word reader this morning is our very own John Burgess. And he was wandering around with it and set it down somewhere, so he's going to be here in 1 second. Don't we all know what that's like? All right. Yes, the Daily Word, which is put out by Unity Worldwide for almost 100 years. Thanks, John.
Thank you. Running around, yes. We do run around all the time. But we return to what we call our dreams. And today, our daily word is I turn my dreams into reality. Some of the most audacious, Bold, history-making events began as dreams, born in the imaginations of those who understood the promise and the potential of humanity and worked to realize their dream visions. Even if my dreams do not change the world, they have the power to change my life. And today I remember those whose dreams were fueled primarily by their hard work, faith, and determination. I look to their example when my dreams feel far away and I may be running low on hope. I rekindle my dreams through imagination, which keeps them vivid and alive. And my inner strength helps me remain committed to their realization, and my zeal renews my enthusiasm to work towards creating the life and the world of my dreams. From prophecy, your sons and daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions. Joel 2:28. Thank you.
Thank you, John. And of course, we don't have our physical copies here at the moment of the Daily Word, but you can get it online. You can sign up for it and have it come into your email inbox every day. And you can also go to our website where it is posted. The link is posted every day. So you can get your daily dose of spiritual inspiration. So Unity of Calgary, of course, is part of a worldwide movement, and we are one of almost 900 centers around the world who are bringing the same message of hope and love and spiritual development. So I invite you to affirm with me the worldwide vision. We envision a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. And how we do that is captured by our mission statement. And this is a statement that was created by our community, many years ago now. And yet, I don't know, for me, it still holds a lot of energy and feels very relevant. So let's affirm that together. We are a welcoming, vibrant, spiritual community that inspires hearts and transforms lives by expressing our divine essence. And so it is. And if that's a statement that resonates for you in your heart, then I'm glad to say that you are here as part of us in the right place at the right time. So, some announcements of things of how we bring this mission to life in our community. Next Sunday, our guest speaker is Judy Armstrong, who will be speaking about awareness beyond faith. And if you know Judy at all, you'll know also that she's going to be our musical guest and bring her amazing, beautiful musical talents with her next Sunday. So we're very excited to have Judy join us. Unity Canada is putting on a series of workshops every second Tuesday evening about the basics of Unity. So if you're curious and you're new and want to know more about Unity, you can join the workshops. And if you've been here for a while and think, you know what, a refresher would be interesting, you can do that too. The next workshop is going to be held on January 26th at 6 p.m. Calgary time on Zoom. And it's going to be all about the 5 basic principles. So if you are curious about that, want to have a discussion about that, you can look into that. Details are in the newsletter and on the website where you can sign up and get more information. Our Zoom coffee chats, our prayer chaplain trainer, Alara Payton, is going to be hosting our Zoom coffee chats. But we're trying some new different times to see what works best. So the next one will be tomorrow night, January the 18th at 7:30 p.m. And the following week, we're going to try a Wednesday evening at 7:30 p.m. Again, links are in the newsletter, and those coffee chats are a really wonderful way for us all to stay connected in our community so that we can find out what's happening with people. Obviously, our in-person gatherings at the moment are extremely limited in the number of people that we can have here. So that gives us the opportunity to come together and to stay connected together. And also, I'm happy to announce that it's that time of year again. Thanks for the great slide, Chad. Keep calm and nominate on. So you must know that means our nominations team is once again active and looking to the membership for who's going to be stepping up into leadership moving forward. So we're very, very delighted and happy to once again have Shona Jenkins, Lisa Balfour, Cecil Wantner, and Bob Elwood as our nominations team. So if you are on our membership list, be prepared for a phone call. And yes, it is a really exciting time to sit in prayer and see who is ready to step into a leadership position here at Unity of Calgary. And I also just want to say that we had our beautiful honoring of Katie Grinham last week on our Zoom coffee chat. And I am still compiling the card for her. So if we're doing, since we can't pass it around and have everybody sign it, we are doing a virtual card. So if there's something, a message, good wishes, an honoring that you want to do for Katie, you can send me your submission and we will get it into the card. So a very big thank you to Danelle for helping me coordinate that. So many places to find us. We have our website, which is a great place for information. The best, of course, is to be on our newsletter list, where you'll get the latest information once a week. And inspiration. Have you guys been reading your newsletter the last while? I know, isn't it awesome? Huge thank you to Danelle, and of course our very own Cecil Wantner, who has been putting in his own Unity-flavored, his Unity messages, let's put it that way, right? And I love opening my newsletter each week to see what Cecil has to say. So thank you, Cecil, for providing that inspiration. All right, yes, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you are, you can perhaps find us. Okay, how about some more beautiful music from Anthony Burbidge and the Unity Band?
Yeah, how about that? Hey, I'm really looking forward to the week ahead. There's a lot of positive things in the future. Have you been watching the news? I get to go get a haircut tomorrow. Finally, for months now I've been saying maybe I could sneak into my hairdresser's basement, like under the cover of darkness, just get a little trim. Yeah, the COVID coif here is just, it's such a mess. Yeah, but that is nice, eh? And I can get my nails done, too. So this is a song that apparently, according to my notes, I wrote August 13th, 2013. August 9th, 2013. So I know that's a long time ago, but if you think about it, in 2013, just a few months before that, Barack Obama was sworn in for a second term. And so apparently my mind was here. Maybe I was having some sort of premonition for 2021, but here it is. I was listening to an audiobook on the way here this morning, and it's a book called The Coddling of the American Mind. And it's written by a psychology professor from the States, and he explains one of the reasons why we're so divided now, and it has to do with this growing movement that says that it's okay to be unaccepting of other people. And what's interesting is that in the book, the part that I was just listening to on the way here, he was describing how it doesn't have to be this way. And he was talking about, this is I think 2017, just after, a few months after Trump had been elected. There was a Trump rally somewhere, I don't know where it was a Trump rally, and all these people were, with their red hats and American flags and stuff. And so then the Black Lives Matter people showed up and they decided we're going to demonstrate against them, right? So the Trump people were shouting and the Black Lives Matter people were shouting. They were shouting back and forth and so on until finally one of the leaders of the Trump rally got up on stage to do his thing and he said, you know what? Like we are for free speech. I'd like to invite the Black Lives Matter people up. You can come up and you have 2 minutes to share your message, right? So at first, the Trump people were kind of like, I don't know, these Black Lives Matter people, right? But as he began to talk, by the end of it, the Trump people were all cheering. Everybody, all the Black Lives Matter people and the Trump supporters were all going, like USA, USA, all together. Because they realized once they started talking, they had more in common than they had apart. And once they started listening to each other, they weren't yelling at each other anymore. And the two head guys ended up getting pictures taken together. The Black Lives Matter guy was holding the other guy's little baby, was holding him in the picture, and they were posing together and everything. So that's kind of what this song is about. It's about the democracy of spirit that's underneath it all, that's beyond all this stuff. So get off Facebook and listen to this song. Here we go. When we look around the world, oh, what do we see? We see souls in motion, 'cause they want to be free. For the young and the old, every nation on earth, a harmony of voices that just want to be heard. They can try to separate us by color, class, and creed. The one thing no one has ever seen is still connecting everyone you meet. The democracy of spirit is alive in the world. It's in every cell of every living thing. It's at the center of the universe. And the democracy of spirit is alive in the world. Divine unseen reality, living life through everything. When you look inside yourself, what do you see? Is it a soul in trouble that just wants to be free? Oh, don't wait until you're old to believe in your worth. Gotta raise up your voice, let your song be heard. They can try to separate us by color, class, creed. But the one thing no one has ever seen is still connecting everyone you meet. The democracy of spirit is alive in the world. It's in every cell of every living thing. It's at the center of the universe. And the democracy of spirit is alive in you and me. A divine unseen reality, breathing life through everything. Oh, none of us is greater, and none of us is less, and none of us are strange in the place where spirit lives. The democracy of spirit is alive in the world. It's in every cell of every living thing. It's at the center of the universe. And the democracy of spirit is alive in you and me. Divine unseen reality, breathing life through everything.
right. Thank you so much, Anthony. Aren't his songs just the best? The best. We are so, so, so lucky to have Anthony as our music director. And Vivian as the assistant music director, and all the rest of the band. Because together is what is how they bring that beautiful music to us. So just 2 points I just wanted to clarify about the nominations team. As you know, because I know you all read your bylaws all the time, the nominations team is about people stepping up onto the board in terms of board leadership. And the other thing I'll say is that, can I say it's the best? It's one of the best things I ever did was stepping up and putting myself on the board. It has been a PhD in personal growth. It is truly a wonderful way to grow. To be on a spiritual board is quite an experience. There, see? And the dog agrees. Excellent. And then the other thing that occurs to me is that in order to be on the board, you have to be a member. So if you are someone who's been contemplating being a member, we are going to adapt our new member orientation. And as you know, in regular times past, we would have our new member orientation, which is part of the process that you need to go through to become a member, which is a voting member, so that you can vote for who you want to be on the board, or you can be on the board. And normally we would do that in an afternoon after we're all together here. So we're going to be adapting that process. So if you're interested in becoming a new member of Unity of Calgary, please contact Claude Pellerin, our president. Actually, any board member. Go ahead and contact any board member, and we will be working something out before we have our AGM. Okay. Well, today, Reverend Doug Craig is in the house. We are so delighted to have him back to bring his, is it now 40 plus years that you've been in the, 40 plus years of wisdom and sharing and being in this New Thought movement. He is semi-retired at the moment, but I think that means doing more than ever in all kinds of arenas. His bio is about this long, and I'm sure you read it in the newsletter, and it's on the website as well, so I'm not going to take any more time. If you're interested, you can go and look it up yourself. Please help me welcome Reverend Doug Craig.
Good morning. How's everybody this morning? Well, it's great. Hey, before we get in, I'm going to start with an opening meditation. But before we get into that, I just wanted to make a comment about going through the process of becoming a board member. Okay, I don't call it a board member, I call it a not-so-board member. Okay, I have 30 years experience sitting on boards, which I am permanently retired from. But I got to tell you, you'll learn more and grow more on participating in a leadership situation of a spiritual organization than you will just about anything else. Because, I mean, you're right into it, and you get to deal with all those other things that come up that nice people actually do this kind of stuff. Or like this, because we all have our Achilles heel, so just remember that, eh? Are we just about ready to go with the meditation there, guys? Or are we good there, Bob? Yeah, so I'm going to ask Anthony to lead us into the meditation. just take a moment and go within. Let us turn away from everything in our busy life and be here fully in the present moment, for the point of power is always in the present moment. And as we go within, we go beyond condition and circumstance and situation and our own human personality to that divine presence that's within each, that spark of life that we know is God's soul, spirit within. And it is there with no judgment, no restriction, no limitation. And so as we go within to this secret place, let us understand that when we are in this place, when we walk in this place, when we act from this place, and when we talk from this place, we have the faith of God. So let's just take a few moments to feel that presence and to know that it is there for us in any situation and in any circumstance at all times. And this is what we contemplate and know as faith. And as we hold to that idea and know that there is that which within us that is there for us and works through us by means of us, I know for myself and for each of us that it is our truth to provide the channel through which this Spirit can work unencumbered into form and into everything that we do. Thus, there's a willingness within us to learn about what we need to release and how we need to conduct ourselves to more fully embody the guidance, the direction, and the support of Spirit in our day-to-day activities. And I know that as we remain calm, centered, peaceful, and poised, that we experience the gifts that the Spirit has to give through us by means of us, and we find within us, and that's peace, prosperity, fulfillment, and happiness. So let us know that divine right action takes place in our life, and there's a gradual, orderly, sequential unfoldment into form of the highest and best that we can be. And so it is.
Anything can change. Anything can change. Anything can change with faith. Any thought can change. Any thought can change. Any thought can change with God. Anyone can change. Anyone can change. Anyone can change with love.
Okay, well, here we are. The theme this month is faith. And the affirmation is, my faith assures me that every event in my life has meaning and brings gifts. And if we could just stand in that affirmation, then that's all we need to do. However, what I find is that there's a great faith that we have in fear. And so my talk today is overcoming a faith in fear. And the way we do that is for understanding how we, through awareness and the understanding of how we do have a faith in fear. So what I'm going to do is start out with by talking about let your faith be bigger than your fear. And that was so nicely put. I had that down already, and boom, there it appears on the Unity website. I go, whoa, who's in my head? But you know that, and it comes from Hebrews 13:6. That was paraphrased that way with St. Paul speaking to the Hebrews. So, you know, one of the ways to let your faith be bigger than your fear, and we've got a great example of what's going on in our society today with the COVID thing, and how you can let your faith be bigger than the fear that's all the way around. Well, first thing you do is turn off the TV. That helps immensely. Okay. But what we want to do is we want to go beyond that idea, and the way we do it is find a way. Find a way in every situation and circumstance, no matter what it is, to gain some value and some good out of it. And there is a way. You know, one of the things that I just finished this year was Santa season. And normally, I'm already fully booked, by the way, of 160 hours for next Santa season, so I don't have any openings. But I did manage to get 80 hours in this year of live performances, of which Mrs. Claus was there for 52. And the biggest one and the most interesting situation was at Noel down on the Stampede grounds at the BMO Center, about all the different ways that they had to go through in order to be able to have that event go and comply with the rigid restrictions of Alberta Health Services cops who were on the site all the time. Okay, so where that boils down to me is Santa. Well, I was the safest person in town, more safer there than going into a 7-Eleven store at 6 o'clock in the morning to get a paper. I was in a workshop where I was only allowed to step to the edge of it, out of my chair for a picture and stand. That was it. So all I did was up and down. Last year, over 10,000 children and adults on my lap. This year, none. But what they did was they had a 9-foot stage and a 3-foot berm with a picket fence and a microphone where the children could come up and talk to Santa, and Santa had a microphone to talk back to them. Okay, but you know, you find a way that works, okay? And it worked really well, and there was something that come out of this was a real valuable lesson that we all know, but I never really realized how important it was, is the basic thing that Jesus taught, one of his 3 points for a success system. Ask, and ye shall receive. How many people have a fear in asking? That is a fear in faith, because if you have your faith and centered in spirit, there is no fear in asking. So one of the comments that I got quite a bit back from the parents is they liked that setup, which may be an addition to the way we do Santa in the future. They liked it because the children were shy. Keen until they get to the show, but once they're there, they're shy. But having the microphone to talk to Santa made it a little bit easier for them, and they still had a hard time. And so what happened with me on that is I realized that there's a greater problem with faith in our life around the fear of asking. Somehow, asking for what you want or what you need has been made wrong. And it's not just the children, by the way. I realize there's a whole ton of adults out there that got a problem asking. Okay? So one of the basic things that Jesus taught this, it's simple. Ask and ye shall receive. He didn't say receive, receive, receive. Ask and ye shall receive. And you see, fear and faith is not having the confidence within inside oneself to realize that I am worthy of asking. I am worthy. Because when we're afraid of asking, somehow there's a, I'm not worthy of it, and it's wrong to ask. You know, well, think of all the deprived people in the world, and you're asking for this? So, you know, I got interviewed in Unity. We have the Daily Word, and CSL, they have the Science of Mind magazine. So I was their guest speaker and interviewer for December. And so they were asking me about that. And I said, well, you know, asking is one of the key things. And then wrapped up in that whole idea that people don't understand is the giving and receiving part of life. We got to learn to give, and we got to learn to receive. And it's, are you going to listen to this? It's okay to receive. When you don't receive, you are doing two things. You are depriving yourself of an opportunity, and you're a little bit selfish because you're not taking more in to give away. How can you keep giving away if you're not receiving? Anybody got that one down? Tell me about that. But somehow there's a fear in being okay to receive. When somebody says, I'm taking you for lunch. Oh, I can't let you did that. You did it 10 times. Like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Well, holy, that's just God trying to give you a gift. I remember I used to say that to my aunties all the time. Just say, when I did something for them, and I did something, they said, oh, you know, just say thank you, God. That's all you got to do. Somebody said, well, what if I don't want what somebody's given me? Well, that's okay. Thank you, God. Don't deprive them of the opportunity of giving. And then if you don't like it, it's not what you're suited for, then pass it along and give it to someone else. Oh, I can't do that because if they found out, what would they say? What would they think? Anybody got that one? What would they think? What would people think of you if you did this or you didn't do that? What will the neighbors think? Anybody ever heard that one before? Okay, so all of this is a faith in fear. Because that's what it is. It's all fear-based, that there's something wrong with us for not being able, for asking, for accepting. There's something wrong with that. So we gotta learn to find a way to move beyond that. So find the gift in any situation and replace the gift and forget the fear. I had to stay away from people too. So I spent, in my logbook, I logged 50 days hiking this year. Over 515K, which is not bad for an old guy, slightly overweight. Okay? But find a way to deal with the situation. When you move from fear into finding a way to be able to express yourself, then a lot of that bad feeling and that negativity is gone. And then it's easier to walk with the faith of God. And to remember, you know, it don't matter what you do. If you purified all your belief system perfectly, let's pretend that was gone, you would still have fear, which would be a natural part of your journey. You have fear in the unknown and the fear of letting go. And that's a natural part of the experience of life. And we don't give our energy and attention to it. We give our energy and attention to experiencing the grieving loss of letting go. That's why people can't live. Anybody try to give up a bad habit and have a problem? Well, why should that be so hard? Because we don't grieve it and let it go. Doesn't matter whether you're letting go of something good, indifferent, or bad. It's all the same. You got to let it go. And just ask Katie what it's like stepping into the new experience right now. Well, I'll go to tell you, it's rocking and rolling. And that is a natural part because the ego is not familiar with the unknown. And it's attached to what it is right now because it knows that. Unfortunately, one of the saddest stats in our society is women that are physically abused. And generally speaking, before they finally leave, it's the average is up to 30 physical abuses. And that's the women that do leave. Because, and you say, why? That's insane. Because there's a lack of faith. There's a fear in the unknown of leaving. Whereas there's that framework which they know how to function and operate in. The other one, they have no idea. And that's what it is. I've actually counseled ladies and got them after enough abuse to finally go do it. Okay? And get the situation done and get the cops involved and blah, blah, all that kind of stuff. So I've actually coached people through that. But that's something that we've got to look at. And to know that we're bigger than our fear. Okay? So the next point is something from a quote that I got from Martin Luther King Jr. He says, "This faith transforms the whirlwind of despair into a warm and reviving breeze of hope. The words of a motto which a generation ago were commonly found on the wall of the homes of devout persons need to be etched in our hearts. And here's the motto. Faith knocked at the door. Fear knocked at the door. Get that right. Faith answered. No one was there." Okay? Really get into that, you know? Because fear is all around us, calling to us, inviting us to partake of what it has to offer. And you say, well, what about this grieving? That's fear. Yeah, but you just got to do it. Same thing as going forward. How do you get through the fear of going forward? It's real easy. There's only two words. It's called do it. Because once you do it, the fear goes away. Okay? So it's very important to respond with faith when fear knocks at the door. Doesn't matter what it is, and then you'll realize no one was there. In Job 3:25 in the Old Testament is one of my most favorite quotes of the Old Testament. And it's about this guy Job. For those of you who don't know, he was kind of the man of the hour. I mean, he had everything. He had beautiful daughters, he had sons, he had animals, he had farms. He was a devout believer in God. He had everything. But he had this habit. And this habit was he was afraid that he was going to lose it all. Anybody ever have that you were going to lose it? I don't mean just material things, mental things too. You can lose it, eh? Okay? He had this fear that he was going to lose it all. And even though he did all the right things, he had the prosperity consciousness, he had the devout, loving family, he was a follower of God, he still had fear. And fear knocked. Faith didn't answer the door. He invited it in and went through catastrophic destruction of his own personal life until he finally reached the bottom and realized that it was the fear that was destroying him. He said, for the thing which I greatly feared is come upon me, and that which I was afraid of is come unto me. So again, it's how we approach the situation. People say to me, well, you're probably not afraid at all. I'm more afraid than anybody. And why? Well, because I probably do more sillier, crazier things than most people. So there's a lot of fear invited there. Now, am I going to invite it in? If I'd have invited fear into my life when I ran into the situations and dwelt on that, I wouldn't be here talking to you today. Okay? That's where we got to stay in that eye of the storm. I am calm, I am centered, I am peaceful, and I am poised at all times and all situations. So replace faith and fear with the faith of God. So how would I know, and by the way, this is how would I know, not anybody else, because you wouldn't look at me, you wouldn't know, but I know. When you are worrying, you do not have faith. I don't care what you say or what you do. The words are nothing. It's how you carry yourself inside. Worrying is a belief in an idea that less than right can happen, because the Spirit only gives us the right, even though the right might not be what we think when it comes sometimes, but it's the right thing. But when we have the worrying, we're out of that. When we have the doubt, we're out of that. And bottom line, if you really want to get down to self-observation and awareness and looking at yourself, you look at everything that you think, everything that you feel, and everything that you do come from a sense of either self-acceptance or self-rejection. Put that one in your plate and bite into it. Self-acceptance or self-rejection. No, and maybe not in a big way, just in a little way. Okay? Maybe you're just having too much to drink. But you can handle it because you got it under control. Anybody ever do that? Hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Have you ever heard that? No, I always say prepare for the best. And if you prepare for the best and stand into it, when the worst comes, you know that that's part of the journey and the experience. If I said to you, go climb that mountain over there, you said, we're going to do it, and we get to a raging river that's got to be forded, well, if I'd have known that was there, I wouldn't have done it. But that must be part of the goal, or else it wouldn't be there. So when we're clear and walk in, standing in the light, and have the faith of God, not a faith in God, big difference. And when we stand in the light, then we know that everything that is brought to us is part of the experience, however you want to label it, good, bad, or indifferent. So what we want to do is just step back, gain personal power by looking within inside of ourselves and knowing that it's in here where faith really happens. It's in here where it's brought to the life. It's in here that makes all the difference, because it doesn't matter what we say out there. It's what we feel inside that holds us in the light of faith. Ernest Holmes said, faith is a mental attitude which is so convinced of its own idea, which so completely accepts it that any contradiction is unthinkable and impossible. So the next time you're standing up looking at that beautiful face in the mirror, know that there's unlimited potential there, waiting to be expressed in its own unique way. And I know for you, as I know for myself, that we clearly see that we're guided, led, and directed by the divine presence within, and we wipe away all the physical distortions and know that the Spirit gives us what it is that we need, when we need it, and what we need to do at any given point in time to experience peace, prosperity, fulfillment, and happiness. It's our divine birthright. I claim it for myself. I claim it for each one here. I know it is so, and so it is. And thank you. Okay.
When I'm... One second. Make sure all my gears are in place here. When I'm lost and I'm caught in the throes, it's the one thing my mind needs the most. It's the whisper within, saying rise once again. It's the flickering ember of hope. When I can't bring my heart to its feet, and I've lost touch with all I believe. It's the only hope left when the rope's round my neck. It's a gift in the midst of my grief. Give me faith to let go, to admit that I'm not in control. Give me faith to believe that my life has a plan I can't see. Give me just enough hope so I'll know I can cope with whatever this world throws my way. Give me faith. We are thrust into life born of love, but our burdens are merged soon enough. And the voice from afar saying love who you are isn't heard when a push comes to shove. Oh, our lives are so short as it is, yet we're lost for so long while we live. And so often we doubt what our lives are about, and we don't trust what we know deep within. Give us faith to let go, to admit that we're not in control. Give us faith to believe that our lives have a plan we can't see. Give us just enough hope so we'll know we can cope with whatever the world throws our way. Give us faith, give us faith, give us faith. And when I left this world, please remember me in the songs I left and the dreams I and whatever may come. Remember to love and know there's a plan to help you find the faith to let go, to admit that you're not in control, and the faith to believe that your life has a plan you can't see. I'll be sending you hope, 'cause I know you can cope with whatever the world throws your way. If you'll just let go and that faith, faith and love.
It is, I promise. Thanks, Chad. Wow, I don't know about you, but that song just really, really hit me. I've heard it many, many times. And just hearing it in, I guess in every moment, we're in a new state of consciousness, aren't we? And so when we hear things, when we know things, it can hit us differently than it has before. And yes, so when I'm feeling doubt, when I'm realizing I'm in that fear, I'm going to go get this recording, and I am going to play it 100 times, although once is sufficient. Yeah, isn't that beautiful to have the faith to admit I'm not in control, and the faith to believe that there's a plan for my life I can't see. Isn't that it? Isn't that all there is? Like, if we could just do that. Wow. And thank you, Reverend Doug, for those beautiful words of inspiration and wisdom. And yeah, sometimes it's so easy to slip into that faith and fear, isn't it? We have to be bringing ourselves back to the present moment, to the truth, the truth of who we are, the truth of life, right? Because that fear can cast big shadows that look real, but they're not. They're just shadows. Well, I don't know about you, but I got my money's worth this morning. Speaking of that, together, using our time, our talent, and our treasure, we create this beautiful spiritual community where we can remind each other of the truth of who we are and to come together to support one another, as I said, on this crazy journey of life, which seems to only get crazier by the day. And so we enter this place of conscious giving, knowing that that which we give our attention and our resources to is what we want to grow in the world. And I want to thank you for your love offering donation and for being part of this heartfelt work that we have here at Unity of Calgary. For we know that this community is a blessing and that financial abundance is flowing our way. So if you're here in person, our open heart containers are at the back. You can fill out your donation envelope and put it in if you like. If you are online or you want to just do it online, of course, you can go to our website and you can donate there. You can also send an e-transfer to donate@unityofcalgary.org. And if you're old-fashioned and you want to just send a check in the mail, you can do that too. We are very grateful to receive all those different forms. So whatever it is that you are contributing this week, this month, this year, I invite you to just put your hands on your heart as we repeat our abundance affirmation together. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. So let's now enjoy the band singing Give with an Open Heart.
I'm gonna give with an open heart. I'm gonna give with an open heart. I'm grateful for this moment. I am grateful for my life. And I trust that a higher power will always be there to provide. And that's why I give with an open heart. That's why I give with an open heart. Oh, I'm gonna give with an open heart. Oh, I'm gonna give with an open heart.
All right, we are blessed, and we also have our blessing for the children that are in our lives, the children of the world, and our very own dear inner child. I invite you to affirm with me. We love you, we bless you, and we appreciate you just the way you are. And so we do. So now I invite you to take a quiet moment and bring to your awareness anything that you want to surrender into prayer. For we know that turning it over to Spirit opens the way for abundant blessings to unfold. If you are here with us in person, we do have our prayer sheets that you can fill out and put into our prayer box. And if you are online, you can go to our website and you can submit a prayer online. Or you can email prayer@unityofcalgary.org. And all the prayers that we received are held in love by our prayer team here at Unity of Calgary for 30 days. And then they're sent down to Unity, Silent Unity Worldwide, where they're held in love for 30 days as well. And if something's going on and you need immediate prayer support, I invite you to remember the Silent Unity prayer line, which is 1-800-669-7729. And if you want a different way to remember it, it's 1-800-NOW-PRAY. And we also hold in love the other Unity communities across the country who are bringing this message of spiritual awakening and love. And in particular, this month, we hold in prayer Unity Spiritual Center in Ottawa and Unity York Region Study Group. We see them having the love, the support they need to continue cultivating the consciousness and bringing the message of unity to their communities. Please join me in affirming the prayer of protection. The light that is God surrounds me. I am the light. The love that is God enfolds me. I am the love. The present that protects me. I am the power. The presence that is God watches over me. I am the presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. And so it is. Amen. All right, we have been sitting for a while, and for our next song by the band, I think it might be a really nice thing to stand up. We can't sing. We can move our bodies a little bit, but not too much because you're not allowed to work out, right? So.
We don't want you getting in shape.
That's right. Yeah, no, don't want that.
Yeah, Vivian's going to sing this one, and yes, it would be hard not to move your body to it.
Yes.
I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. Go. Oh, that's the way I like it. That's the way I like it. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. Here we go, bring it back. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace. I live my peace. I live my peace to the world. I live my peace. I live my peace. I live my peace to the world. That's the way I like it. That's the way I like it. Woo, woo, woo.
All right, you can sit down. I hope that you at home had a chance to sing and dance in your living room or wherever you are, and really feel that joy, that peace, that love. So, in the new year, the new time, everything is changing. The winds of change are blowing here at Unity of Calgary. So I would like to invite Claude Pellerman, who of course is our president of the board of directors, to come up and to make an announcement.
Thank you, Susan. I'd like to announce a change in mentor minister. But first, I must express how grateful we are for Reverend Pat, for what Reverend Pat did over the 9 years that she's been with us, since 2012. She has brought us to where we are today. And it became clear to the board that our visions for the future for Unity of Calgary were different. So we have not renewed the contract with Reverend Pat as our mentor minister, and we have invited Reverend Vicky Vanderhorst to be our new mentor minister until her retirement from ministry in June 2021. So year 2020 has been incredible year of changes, non-stop changes, and it keeps going. If you were part of our community, when we hosted the Unity Conference in 2016, you would remember that Vicky came to our community to give us a workshop on sacred service, which was a beautiful offering for our community. Here's a message from Reverend Vicky Vanderhorst. She says, "It is my honor to have been asked by the Unity Calgary Board to step into the role of your mentor minister. Reverend Pat Ball is a friend and a colleague of mine. We have spoken and are in agreement with beginning this change. I am here to support the growth and development of Unity of Calgary as a dynamic and transformational Unity spiritual community. I have already had meetings with your board and with the spiritual leadership team. I will be able to join you on Sundays as well. We are all dedicated stewards of the community, and I am sure as we stay open to Spirit, we will grow through this experience." She says, "I am retiring from active Unity ministry on June the 30th, 2021. So my term will also close at that time. Meanwhile, I am committed to working, playing with you, and inviting Spirit to shine light on the path as we create Unity Calgary's future. One in spirit, Vicky." Vicky is joining with Susan Cullen, Bob Elwood on the spiritual leadership team. So we remain strong. We remain vibrant, and our community is growing. Like, I haven't been up here for a long time because I run the production downstairs, but I see new faces, which is so exciting, which is so wonderful. And the more that we're just waiting for COVID-19 rules to change so that more new people, more existing people can join us. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Susan.
Thank you so much, Claude. And so we are going to have a Zoom honoring Reverend Pat. We will not be waiting till June. That little typo slipped through the cracks. So it'll be January 24th. So that will be next Sunday, right? Next Sunday, yeah. January 24th is, wow, January 24th is next Sunday. Wow. Okay, yes, at 3:30 in the afternoon, Calgary time. She is in Ottawa. So the link will be in our newsletter. It'll be on the website. And so we would love to have you come and share your honoring of what Reverend Pat has meant for you in your life. She has, she is, as Claude said, she has been absolutely instrumental in building the community to where we have it today. So we are so grateful for all that she brought, all the teaching that she gave, the mentoring, the guiding. And so we're going to get a chance together to honor her on Zoom. So with that said, let's now send a wave of peace out into the world. I invite you to stand if you are here in person, to put your hands over your heart. If you want to move or turn around so that we can see everybody's beautiful face, you're welcome to do that. As we, in the room, don't sing, let there be peace on earth.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other, perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me, let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment with peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Have a beautiful week and find that faith within.